Can I create a supplemental app or service for Sky? I think I'm going to guess and say no. Let's see. Important. A game asset is any material used in the creation of a game. Background art, spell effects, character models, meshes, music, UI icons, et al. Oh, looks like I was kind of wrong. If you would like to create a service or app that fans of Sky can use to supplement their Sky experience, you are welcome to do so, as long as it does not provide an unfair advantage for those using the app or service, nor intentionally utilize bugs or errors to exploit game features or mechanics. Furthermore, the app or service cannot be sold or contain sold items or services. All right, I jumped to an immediate no there. I think I have seen on the Apple Store an app which allowed you to practice the music feature of Sky, and that would not be violating. I don't think that's in violation of TGC's code of conduct. This, however, is going to be a legally interesting area. As I said, hang on. I'm going to see if I can find that same application I was referring to. If you can see me, I'm looking it up on my iPad right now. And let us have a quick look and see what is in the App Store. So, that's interesting. Okay, there's Sky Children of the Light. And I am not seeing what I'm pretty certain. Here we go. There is Sky Studio. That's interesting. Note, this app is not made by That Game Company. The Sky Studio is a tool to make and practice the sheet music of Sky Children of the Light, simply. So, yes, I think this was the app I was talking about. Now, it isn't actually for sale. It is a free app. And as far as I can tell, it doesn't include in-game purchases or ads. As far as I can tell, I wouldn't know. So this, and I will try and show it to you on the screen. Let's see if I can get this lined up. This, as far as I can tell, meets Sky's policies. However, it seems to me that if this was for sale, it would be violating That Game Company's policies. So that turned out to be an interesting little digression. Thank goodness for a memory that still works. Excuse me a second. Where was I? Did I actually read this whole thing already? No, I didn't, did I? I think there might be I think I read this, but I'll read it again anyway. It must be made clear that the app or service is not an official TGC product in all places it is provided, and such content cannot be used for any purpose or promotion of anything that is not related to the TGC source intellectual property. The supplemental app or service should not be used in lieu of existing Sky features and services, as it would be in direct competition with those features and services. Additionally, it may not cause any disruptions to the game servers, or any back-end services that support Sky. Supplemental apps or service cannot use or contain extracted assets from the official product, nor the use of third-party APK files, including but not limited to character models, music, icons, music logos, and screenshots. Extracted assets refer to the 2D and 3D interfaces, models, and renderings pulled directly from game application files or APK downloads of these files. A recreation of these assets includes any art assets created to an indistinguishable level of detail. No official support can be provided for the creation or use of supplemental apps or services. Their creation and use are considered an unsupported version of playing the game and may also violate Sky Children of the Light terms of service, as well as place players' accounts and privacy at risk. Therefore, we cannot guarantee that there are no risks involved in their creation or use. Unsupported means that we cannot provide support or troubleshooting for game accounts involved in the use of third-party applications, programs, or software that manipulates gameplay or game features, which is utterly reasonable. That can only be expected. Of course, TGC is not going to be able to support third-party applications or services because they didn't write them. They're not involved with them. It is independent of them, so not getting... in fact, if you have a problem associated with that causes problems with your game account, again, that's not that game company's problem. Although, having said that, the argument between two different entities about what is causing the problem, who is responsible for it, can get quite involved. I've been involved with that myself, and that was within a specific company where I was actually the intermediary between a software department and the hardware department, and negotiating who actually needed to do something about a problem was my job. But it was also a bit challenging because each department's first reaction was, well, it's nothing to do with us. And it was my job, obviously, to figure out who it was to do with and then calmly persuade them that, in fact, it was their problem. While that's a little bit more extreme, it is relevant to this. Disclaimer: these guidelines do not grant an intellectual property, trademark, copyright, or otherwise license to any person or entity creating or publishing content. For example, you are prohibited from using TGC logos or marks, for example, Sky, in your works. TGC reserves all rights at equity and law, including without limitation the right to issue formal takedown and cease and desist requests. If any of this is unclear, does not properly represent your intended work, or you just have questions, please feel free to contact the Sky Player support team by submitting a ticket in-game for the quickest response.